Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Wendy, your one and only Magandita. If you are new here, my channel is all about sharing my lifestyle here in Portugal and also some tips being a mom or as an expat here in Portugal. But before anything else, I would like you to know, guys, I am not a professional. I'm just sharing my personal experiences as an expat living here in Portugal. So, disclaimer, I don't have a sponsor. These are really all my own experiences. So, for today's video, I will be sharing something. I will be answering some questions in my YouTube channel that I wasn't able to answer. But today, I'm gonna read one of those, each of these questions, and I will be answering. Most of these questions I have noticed is all about Portugal. So, without further ado, let's jump into the questions, and I will be answering it on my own. So, there's one question from George Osio Bonsu. Hello, can you help me move to Portugal? Unfortunately, I am not an expert. I am not a professional, as I have said. I don't know how to help you to be here in Portugal. If I were you, just dig on research and everything is on Google also. But all you have to do is, of course, the main thing you're gonna do is ask the embassy. Whatever you are, George, just go to the nearest embassy of Portugal, ask how you can be here, how to move here in Portugal. If you want to be here in tourist, you can apply it to embassy. That's what I can answer on that, because I cannot help you personally. Actually, I don't know how to help unless I know for myself, if my family, I can help to be here, because it's easy if they are my family. So with you, I don't know. Actually, just all I can say is be to the nearest embassy and ask them what are the process and also the requirements, how to be here, to whatever you want to. So that's it. Another question, she's a Filipino, or he is a Filipino, I guess. So I'm gonna read it in Tagalog. It's okay. Hello po, okay lang po ba na mag-cross dyan from Poland with working visa of Poland? Balak kasi magtrabaho dyan. Sa po kaya makakahanap dyan ng 150 euro na room lang, or meron po kayang room for rent diyan? Salamat po sa tugon. Well, anyway, as you know, he's asking if he can move here to Portugal from Poland, and if two questions, if he can find a room for 150 euro. First question, yes, you can be here, of course, because Poland and also Portugal are both in Schengen country, so you can be here freely. That's what I believe, because I have some friends there coming here also. Also, some friends here, they're going to other Schengen country to work, because it's same visa. For the second question, if you can find a room 150 euro, yes, I believe there's some Filipinos. Since you're Filipino, there's some Filipinos here, especially in our Facebook group, Filipino Association Portuguese. There is a group of sometimes they're posting room for rent, but it's not actually a real room. I think if I'm not mistaken, I know one lady they're renting in like partition room. So not exactly room, it's a room that they are dividing it, so they're sharing the cost of that exact room. And also there is some like bed space, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be 150 euro. The friend that I know, she's renting 185 or 200 euros. So I don't think you can find 150 euro unless it is bed space. Bed space. I hope I answered that. So yun lang kabayan, punta ka lang sa Filipino Portuguese Association sa Facebook. You can find it. There's so many posts about that. Another question. Okay, it's a long one from Dashni. Hi Wendy, I'm one of your subscribers po, and I should meet you Filipino. I would like to congratulate you and your family for welcoming new bundle of joy. Thank you. I came across this channel after watching your latest vlog. By any chance, do you have a vlog about your journey become a Portuguese citizen? I would like to have a link it po. Unfortunately, I don't have a Portuguese citizen yet. My daughter, she's Portuguese citizen, because my Portuguese citizen is still on running process. And soon I will be there. I will get there. I have a Portuguese boyfriend too, and we have been inquiring different government agencies to inquire requirements, but we always end up getting a response on tourist visa and not the fiancé or spousal visa. Also, we have plans of getting married next year. Congratulations. But we are not sure if marrying in Philippines first is a good idea. I hope this comment will get noticed. Thank you very much, and may you and your family be safe and healthy always. God bless. First things first, I will advise you to get a to get married in Philippines, because if you get married in Philippines, it's gonna be easier for you to apply for Portuguese, for spouse visa. And again, I will advise you to get more knowledge on this, because I'm not so. For me, I just apply for tourist visa, not a spouse or or a fiance visa, because I made it by myself, being a tourist visa to come here. I will advise you to get in touch in the group, as I said, the Facebook Filipino Portuguese Association on Facebook. There are many Filipinos did the same. As I have read before, they are the same in questions. They advise most of the senior and on that group. Most of the people that I know, they're advising to get married first in Philippines before you apply here, because it's much easier than coming here, becoming a tourist first, and then marrying here or something. It will be easier. Your visa will be granted successfully or faster if you will get married first in Philippines. That's what I know, based on my voice and experience of my friends. So I hope this will help. Next question. Hello, Ate Magandita. Please help. What is your recommendation for group travels from Lisbon to Our Lady of Fatima Church in Fatima, Portugal? Well, good question. Interesting. Honestly, I never been in Fatima. Okay, I've been there in Fatima, but I never really go to exact church in Fatima. So I will. There is one tour application that I'm using. I'm not trying to promote this, but I'm using it personally. Get Your Guide. It's a good application that you can use. It's actually international, but I'm using the Get Your Guide application to travel, like to tour around. Because when I went to Sintra, I used that app. When I went to Cascais, I used that application, and also some attractions, I'm using that app. Also, again, you can use to the Filipino Portuguese Association on Facebook. Sometimes they have like sharing transportation for some Filipinos, bunch of Filipinos, if they want to go to Fatima. They will share to the cost of the bus or van, whatever. Sometimes they're posting there, but it will help. I believe it will be much cheaper, and it's good because you're gonna be in with other Filipinos. That's my advice. So another question: allowed ba ang TNT dyan, ma'am, tulad ng sa Italy, France, and Spain na walang huli? Okay, if you don't know what's TNT, it's like illegal. Staying in a country being illegal. No. Actually, I'm not saying Portugal is perfect of TNT. There's so many illegal here also in Portugal. Not saying allowed, but I will not advise you to be illegally in Portugal, because you cannot get many things. You cannot get citizenship. You're not gonna be comfortable if you're living here in a considered country being illegal. So I will not advise that. Don't take risks being illegal in a certain country, especially here in Europe. That's my advice, because if you will be legally here in Portugal, if you will be citizen in the future, it's gonna be help for you and your family in the future. That's what and my personal advice. So another thing is how to get tourist visa and requirements. I'm here in Macau, and my husband wants to migrate to Portugal because work in Macau now is so stressful. There's no such thing unstressful in certain country. Anyway, to your questions, tourist visa. I will suggest you to go to embassy in Macau, Portuguese embassy in Macau, because for me, when I was in Qatar, I just made the application, like of course passport, bank statement. You just have to prove to embassy that you will be a tourist visa and you will come back to Macau, like for in your case. But that's what you need. And also gather more information. You can gather many information in Google. Learn how to answer the consulate interview. That's the most important thing. So my best advice, of course, go to embassy of Portuguese in Macau. Because it's different. The embassy in Portugal, the embassy in Qatar it's different in Macau. It also depends on the consul. So get in touch to get to know all the requirements in the embassy. That's the best thing to do. Another one. Hello po, galing po ako sa Qatar. So dun po ba ako kukuha ng police clearance or yung NBI clearance po sa Pinas para sa criminal records? While nowadays, before here in Portugal, they are requiring to get police criminal records from the country that you live for more than a year, and also 2 criminal records, and also your nationality country, which is in Philippines in your case and also in my case. But nowadays they're not requiring that anymore. The requirement is only your home country, which is in Philippines. Like in my case, what I did is I just took a criminal record in Philippines. I didn't get a criminal record anymore in Qatar, even though I stayed in Qatar for 3 years. So I hope that will help. And it's also good thing. It's the best thing because you don't need to be hassled to go another country just to get a criminal records. So it's only in Philippines you're gonna need. But again, don't forget to make it translation of it. When it's done and when it's arrived here in Portugal, you have to make a translation and authenticate it. Another question. Hello, Pretty Mommy Magandita. Thank you. Ang saya ng video nyo. I like it. Question lang po sana about dun sa announcement ng Portugal government about po sa job seeker visa. Meron po ba kayong info about doon? Job seeker visa. I've heard about it that now Portuguese release a temporary working visa for those job seeker. Like for example, if you come here in Portugal as a tourist and then you found a job, you can stay here for a year or something like that to find a job and to settle your life. I have heard about that because I saw it. I think it's there's something new like that, and I also saw it somewhere in TikTok that there's a kind of new thing about Portugal, which is a good thing. So nice that that there is something like that. So I also know that Portuguese are giving working visa to Filipinos because even if you're not yet here, they can give a working visa to someone even if that person is still in the Philippines, because there is now, I think, an agency in Philippines that they are helping some people to be here in Portugal, and they're just searching an employer here in Portugal, and then that employer will process the working visa here in Portugal, and then when they get the working visa, they will just send it to Philippines, and that employee will just come here to Portugal, and that agency is registered in POA, if I'm not mistaken. It's in the Filipino Portuguese also. It really helped that association, that Facebook group. Okay, another one more questions. How long did it take you to get an appointment for the interview? May I ask? Okay, for the interview, it takes me almost a year, because during the pandemic situation, everything is so crucial, everything is so hard to get an appointment. So it takes a lot of time for me during the pandemic situation. But nowadays, I'm not sure, maybe just a couple of months. But still, we never know. We cannot predict the step. It's really hard to communicate. Most of the time, if they're not answering. So all you have to do is patience, waiting to get an interview and an appointment. So for me, to answer questions, it takes me almost a year. So those are the questions. Again, I'm not professional. I'm not an immigration. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an expert. I'm just sharing my own experiences and some research about my friends. I have personally friends that have some of the same experiences. So if you have any more questions or suggestions, just give me a comment down below, and I will do my best to answer it. I know I'm always late answering, and pardon me, I am now especially a mom here in Portugal, which is I am enjoying it, by the way, because Matilde is super amazing. She's so healthy and cute, of course. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please don't forget again to like, subscribe, and smash the bell notification so you will never miss any vlogs and any sharing tips with Magandita. Ciao!